Good morning, you spunky bastards. The sun's in my eyes, but I know you can half see my face, so we'll go with that for now. How are you doing? Here we go. We'll go across the road, and then I'll have some shade, hopefully, maybe, sort of. Ah, man. What's happening today? Well, I've got anthropology, and then I've got the gym, but I've got a big old space in between where I'm doing absolutely fuck all. So, I don't know what to do with my life, but there will probably be Pokemons involved. But speaking of Pokemons, I was at church the other day, and we were talking about what our favourite Pokemon is, right? And I quite like Pikachu, right? You know, Pikachu's cute. You know, it's kind of my natural kind of aversion to yellow things that are cute. And then the kid says, "Oh, you like Pikachu, so that's why you like yellow." It's like the way he said it kind of led me towards this, like my wife's my wife's car's white. But it's like, "Oh, you have a car, so that's why you like white." It's like, no, I like Pikachu because he's cute and he's yellow, not I like cute and yellow because I like Pikachu. It's like, it's not that way around, it's the other way around. So like, you're on the right track, little one, but you're not quite there yet. I don't like all yellow Pokemon though. I mean, Electabuzz is okay, but then it's like, he's still a bit. I feels like he was just put in at the last minute. It was one of those last minute additions where it's like, well, we've got a Cypher which is a grass type, and we've got a this type and a that type, but we don't have an electric type because Pikachu was just so big. What are we gonna do? And I'm like, we'll throw in Electabuzz, yes. And it's like, okay, there's like, those last minute add ones that kind of like, compared to all the other Pokemon, don't seem to fit right. It's like, we're at 114. We want to get it to a nice round number, and they start throwing in things like a giant Pokeball that's an electric type, and it changes into an even bigger upside down giant Pokeball. It's like, did you guys, you really ran out of ideas, didn't you? Like, Tauros. Tauros is a legitimate idea, I guess. But it's like, what the fuck is an Electabuzz? Right. A Cypher is like a praying mantis-y type thing, right? So it's like, okay, I know what they're based on, therefore, they seem like they weren't trying too hard to conjure up these new Pokemon, and when they sort of, it's like with the new Pokemon Diamond game that I got the other day that I'm starting to play, and it's like, it's not new, but it's the newest one. I'm trying to get my head around. They're like 600 fucking Pokemon. I'm like, okay, they managed to come up with a few more good ones, and then they get to that point where there's a chandelier with eyes, and I'm like, it's a fucking chandelier. That's not a monster. You were like, I need to figure out one more Pokemon for this list. Oh look, there's a chandelier. I wonder what that would look like if I put googly eyes on it. Like, there's one that's a bloody balloon. Yeah. So it's like that they tried too hard, It's like they tried to get those last couple of Pokemon to make up the numbers, but then it just looks like, they just stuck googly eyes on random household objects, and it's like, that's not a pocket monster. What are you doing? Like the free birds, right? They were like, obvious, because you got to have a phoenix, right? And if you got to have one, you got to have another, right? So they come up with, thanks guy. So you come up with a phoenix, right? You're like, okay, phoenix, well, it can't just be one, so we've got to make more, so we'll make an ice bird. And then it's like, but why didn't they do leaf? Like, they got the three starter Pokemon, right? So all about the threes, right? You got the Eevees, and they end up with one electric, and it's like, was electric supposed to be the third? I don't get it, right? It's just, you start off with the grass, the fire, and the water. Grass, fire, water, grass, fire, water. And then every trifecta you get later in the game is water or ice, more to the point. You get Vaporeon, Flareon, and then Jolteon. And Jolteon's the odd sod there because it's not the leaf type, it breaks the trifecta, right? It's like, I'm not sure, like, but I do vaguely remember having, like, trouble fighting fire Pokemon with an electric Pokemon. It's like, they weren't really weak against each other, so it was like, maybe they fixed it so that electric is, like, opposite fire, but in the original, I swear it wasn't. And it was just like, fire beats leaf, leaf beats water, water beats fire, right? Go and then you take one of those out, you put the electric in, it's like, well, now the rock, paper, scissors doesn't work, right? You can't Rochambeau with that, so I don't know. So, I think later they included a leaf type Eevee evolution, but it was just like, why not in the original? You want the original to be the main primary colours, right? You want your red, you want your green, and you want your blue, right? It's simple. Red, green, blue. That's how light works, right? Then you went on to your secondary colours. Then you can have your ice and your lightning and your, but that's a secondary. Like, okay, maybe I'm trying to apply too much logic to this here, but yeah, I'm just convinced that when they come up with all these Pokemon, they're all fucking on crack or something. I mean, who sticks googly eyes on a chandelier in a balloon and calls it done? There's a couple of Pokemon like that from the original where it's like they stuck a couple of eyes on a magnet. Oh shit, we've run out of ideas. What's lying around? A magnet? Yeah, let's stick eyes on a magnet. We're talking magnet. Might as well be that bloody paperclip that helps you out when you. I'll use the term helps you out rather loosely here. But that, you there? Good. But that paperclip that pops up and goes, it looks like you're trying to create a Word document. Would you like me to format it for you? You're like, fuck off, you little stationery. Get off of my uninstall. How do you uninstall? You can't uninstall them. And maybe there is a way to uninstall them. That would be nice, wouldn't it? That little clip, a paper clip that pops up in the bottom corner and like annoys you with word bubbles while you're trying to type. It's like, yeah, that guy. It's like, he's the 479th Pokemon. I was like, then they're running out of ideas because they're just sticking eyes on things. Right. Like, I get a Snubble and stuff. Yeah, it's close to a dog, but then it's like, Rattata is a rat, but that's okay. These are Pokemon. These are supposed to be animals, of some description. Like, kept like pets and stuff. How do you keep a bloody Magnemite like a pet? You can't keep a Magnemite as a pet. There's like a giant magnet flying around your house. Like, yeah, you know, I call him Tiddles. I take him for a walk. He sometimes gets stuck to a lamppost, you know. I was like, well, it's different from trying to hump the lamppost, but still a bit weird, you know. It's not quite, doesn't seem quite kosher, you know. That's just me. Anyway, I think I've ranted enough about weird Pokemons. And I will be getting on the bus soon. But I'll speak to you spunky bastards later. Take care, stay creative, and don't be a Pokemon. Peace.